you know. It's like you knock 1,000 doors and probably one will open. And not even the door will open. A window will open. But if that window opens, that's that little bit of a ray of light that keeps you going, you know. And there's been times when, you know, jobs haven't been that fluent. But I also know that it's very seasonal. People don't want to, you know, be inconvenienced out of their homes during Christmas or holidays. You know, they want you to work in the summer. So all of a sudden, the summer, I'm very busy. So it's very seasonal. So, you know, I think that working that way it's always been the best way for me.
So what would be, in a sentence, your advice to someone that really wants to go into designing and is considering about it? And what would you tell that person? What would be her first step?
Well, first of all, I think that there's no rules in any of these businesses, you know, creative businesses. I think that the first thing you have to do is really believe in yourself and believe that your talent will get you through. I know that in this town, there's a lot of people that are probably more talented than me, but, you know, it is about creating those opportunities and, you know, obviously networking, you know, and putting yourself in a place where a lot of people in your business, for me, competition is actually more enjoyable than non-competition because it kind of puts you in a level where people actually know that you are, you know, one of the few chosen ones. And in a lot of projects, you know, there'll be like 5 or 6 people that are, you know, dealing with the client. And you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, there's always another one.
Tell me about a failure that you had that really marked your life or your profession and really taught you what to do and how not to, again, you know, do it. Maybe one that was really important in your progress, in your evolution.
I think that failure for me has always happened because of non-preparation or if the project has to be done very quickly. And I think that in my case, it has been putting the wrong team together. You know, also I think that, you know, the financial is very important and a lot of clients consider the financial part more important than the creative part. So I think my failure has been not putting the right team together, and maybe, you know, underestimate the cost of construction, you know, and going over budget. I think that's mainly, you know.
So what do you do if you go over budget? I mean, you have to convince the client, you know, this is beautiful, you have to take it, or you just, you know, pay yourself?
Well, the thing is, I have paid in the past. I have.
And that's a mistake you want to avoid always.
And it's always been a financial mistake. On the creative side, I know more than that than to have the client approve everything. I think sometimes, you know, the client will have an expectation, and when the product comes out, you know, I'll give you one precise example. You know, we were doing a leather sofa, and she really wanted the sofa to be red. And I said, well, with leather, you never know, because when you stretch the leather, it could change colors. When the leather sofa came out, it was pink because the leather was stretched, and she didn't want to pay for it, and it was a $50,000 sofa. So mistakes like that are always common, but usually it's a financial mistake, not a creative one.
So I think that for a profession like yours, you need to be a mix of artist,
Yes.
psychologist. You need to be very articulated, because otherwise I think that in the kind of business that you are in, the first impression probably is the most important.
Oh, absolutely.
So what is the first impression for you?
For me, I try to be myself, and I try to come in with already ideas, having, you know, researched the client beforehand. Especially in Los Angeles, I do work with a lot of high-end people that are either in the business or
in the industry,
entertainment. Yeah. So it's easy to research them. So you come into the client already knowing that they have 4 kids. You know, they have a house in Malibu as well. So they, you know, They're all about the wildlife, organic things. You literally look into their lifestyle. And because, their home is just an extension of their lifestyle. It's the extension of how they dress or how they travel or where they eat. So I think that a lot of people will know that their houses are all about extending that lifestyle and showing people where they live. And, depends if clients, sometimes, they use their houses for a specific purpose, and that specific purpose is to entertain. So I think that knowing that in advance, it helps with the client. It helps to know that this house is going to be an entertainment house, or this house is going to be for personal use, or,
right.
It's going to be a bachelor's pad, or,
So could you tell me what's success for you? What would be the definition of success from your perspective?
For me, success, it only gives me a platform to bigger projects. To be successful in this town, you get called into different programs and different projects that you wouldn't call you otherwise. Like today, you guys reached out for me because you have heard of me. I wouldn't be sitting right now if I didn't have some certain level of success. So to me, that's all that success does to you. It just gives you that platform,
right,
for bigger and better projects.
You look like a very, calm individual.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have the intuition that your field is very stressful.
It is very stressful. I've had to do a lot of meditation and a lot of prayer in the mornings to deal with a lot of the personalities and the egos that go into a project. I may seem calm now, but once I'm in the project, like you said, there's a lot of people that are, number one, are depending on you, and you're depending on a lot of people. And many times, you will show up to a project and the team is not there, or the team is late, and the clients have to travel, or, God forbid what's been happening the last 10 days, rain. I've had to, put on hold 2 projects
mm-hmm.
because of the rain,
Mm-hmm.
So, there's so many factors that go into play to do a successful project.
So how do you handle if the client tells you, no, I hate it, I think you are totally off? What do you do? It happened to you?
It's, for me, I'm very careful with every decision that the client makes, because I've had at the beginning of my career, people say to me, I didn't order that leather, or I didn't order that color, or I didn't order this, or I didn't order that. And you know what? Now I have a camera. Now we have texts and we have emails. So anything that the client wants, it's written down, it's on text, or it's photographed. And I do that constantly, because clients will try to get away with it. They'll be like,
right.
I didn't order that color.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you did. It's here.
Or probably I ordered that color, and then when I see it, I don't like it. So I want to, justify my change of mind and trying to.
Absolutely. And it also, like, I'll give you an example. My style is I love primary colors. I love very bright things, but I also love white canvases. So, I usually, most of my homes, I will do white walls. What people don't realize is that once you put in stuff into the room, those walls could look pink, or they could look blue, or they could look purple.
Right.
So it's a matter of, and depending on the light as well. We have such beautiful light in the city, but the room might look completely different. Like, I've had clients say to me, I want a red room. I'm like, okay, we'll give you a red room. But in certain lights, it could look purple. I'm like, I didn't want purple. I'm like, well, this is the light. So we have to compensate, maybe go on a lighter red, or, change the colors. So it's a little stressful that way.
Right. So, but you meditate every day.
I try to at least 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, try to,
to calm down, to put things in order.
Yes.
Do you think this is that important for any entrepreneur?
I think what's important is to have a time for yourself, And obviously I'm married, and I cohabitate at home. But I think it's very important to take some time for yourself. I go for long walks or long drives, depending on what time of the day it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of those people that just depend on taking a bath. 3-4 times a day, I can actually just submerge myself in hot water and just forget everything. Put a little music and just navigate into my own little world. And I think that helps a lot.
Interesting. What's your goal? Where are you going? What are you trying to achieve at this point?
I don't think I will ever. It's not about not being happy with what you do, but I'm very, I'm a doer, and I need to be constantly doing something. Even when I'm just relaxed, or even when I'm on holidays, my husband keeps telling me, just relax, just lie down and just read a book. I can't do that because I'm always thinking of like what's next. And it's a blessing and it's a curse a little bit as well, because I do want to be able to relax in my later years, but I think that going back to success, because of the media attention and because because of the internet, I get a lot of offers to do different things and different cool projects that I don't have enough time during the day, so I've started working on the weekends. It started with Saturdays. Now I'm working Sundays as well.
So you have any project that you are working into at this point? You're going to be launching soon or something?
There's a few projects on the line, interior design. We're looking into a couple of very, very, very cool projects outside of Los Angeles. One is an eco-friendly hotel in Tulum in Mexico. And also we're looking at a private island in Belize.
Interesting.
So these are projects that are on the line. One of them is almost sealed and signed and sealed and delivered, like I say. But I think that for now, I want to keep local. And I'm doing quite a few things here in Los Angeles right now. I have a few clients.
But you also are in the lifestyle, correct? Fashion,
yes,
clothing. I see your pictures, Is that part of your business also?
It is part of the image and branding of my business. 10, 15 years ago, I was a working designer and I was working every day, but we didn't have social media and we didn't have the internet. So I think with those two, my career has just exploded to the point where, people want me more for interviews, they want me on TV, they want me on magazines. 5 or 6 years ago, I traveled to Dubai and I met with the people at Harper's Bazaar Interiors and they asked me to be their style editor. Having said that, with that, I literally took what is a usually normal interior design magazine, which is page after page of just rooms and furniture, and created a lifestyle and created kind of the rooms come alive, with people running barefoot and children around the house and dogs jumping into pools, and that created a lot of attention for me, and so I was able to bring more components into my shoots. Fashion and beauty and travel. And then I got a couple of travel issues, which took me to like beautiful places in the world. So I think that for me, being an interior designer is just part of a bigger picture. I really love to put out there that, again, like I said before, your home is just an extension of yourself. It's how you travel, how you dress, how you, have your home,
Right.
how you eat. I think it's part of a bigger picture.
Right.
So, and I think that, the attention was out there, into branding, into different projects. And, we're looking at so many projects that go beyond interior design. We're looking into merchandising, into travel accessories and fashion and beauty. And we're looking into a project right now for organic products. It's basically a one-stop shop to get products that are from around the world and basically choosing them because of the abilities to, be friendly,